Just 1.5 hours north of Sydney, a small piece of golfing paradise is being created. Yuri Karpro caught up with Steve Duchin and award-winning turf manager David Warwick to see a cow paddock transformed into a golf experience.
Total area in this paddock, 5 holes, is approximately 50 acres. So it's a big parcel of land. Some golf courses are 50 acres.
When David arrived at the site initially, it was literally a cow paddock.
What it was just, you couldn't even drive a tractor on it with flotation tyres because we had all of that wet weather, which you'll recall, and it was just a bog. It really was.
One of the first jobs was to install some drainage before preparing the playing surface.
We've put in all what we call macro drainage, the carry pipes, and we've just got to now put in ag pipes to drain areas.
And then it was time for serious weed control.
What you see behind me is an area that essentially hasn't been touched, and what you see around is the result of 6 months' work. Slashing, herbicide applications, controlling broadleaf weed primarily, clovers, dock and fireweed.
There were no major earthworks required in the 2,000 square metre area of the design. Dave chose USGA graded sand to be part of the greens construction.
A sand that packs really firm, and the reason I wanted that was nothing to do with play. It's because I needed machinery to be able to get on the greens quickly. Again, it goes back to labour. One-man show, I needed to be able to do everything on the greens with equipment rather than pedestrian.
That's a critical factor in maintaining the course. The Total Turf Management team is seen here talking to Yuri.
Steve comes up and gives me a hand 1 to 2 days a week, and in all honesty I couldn't do it without him. He might sit on a rough mower or a piece of equipment for those 2 days, but it's something I don't have to do. But I'm running between tasks, I'm really busy back on the tools.
Next step was constructing the playing surface.
At first bent grass was recommended by another body involved, and just madness putting bent grass here. It's a one-man show, number one. When I'm not here, there's no way Steve would be able to look after that. And the fungicide and insecticide applications would be huge.
David selected an ultra-dwarf hybrid couch, Tiff Eagle, for his 400 to 500 metre square greens and smaller tees.
It doesn't need anywhere near the water, doesn't need anywhere near the maintenance, no pitch marks, will handle the traffic that we get here. There's going to be a maximum of 14 people a day play here.
Tiff Eagle is well known as both a drought and wear tolerant subtropical couch.
If I had a staff of 3 or 4, then sure, bent grass may have been an option, but bent grass, as you know, in summer it's 7 days a week and the costs just aren't worth it.
Then there's the surrounds.
So the surrounds are Santorana?
Yep, a familiar grass for me. About 2,000 to 2,500 square metres of surrounds. Beautiful undulating surrounds. They're being cut at the moment at 14 mil. I'd love to get them down to 10 mil. Everything, all playing surfaces are cut with a fairway mower, except greens. But you can see a nice defined edge between Santorana and the Tiff Eagle surface. The small bare areas that you see have just been me going along and pulling out any encroachment that I found.
David uses Tribute, a single application turf herbicide, for control of kikuyu and other unwanted grasses.
The beauty of having Tiff Eagle on the putting surface is I can use Tribute with kikuyu coming back through. I can use Tribute on the green surface. I don't have to worry about movement, contamination, so my collars should always be in fairly good nick.
The 3 big wide open fairways take advantage of the pre-existing kikuyu, originally sown as cattle pasture.
So how many bunkers on the course?
There's only 6 bunkers on the course, and believe it or not, the way you can play the course so many different ways, they come into play every way you play the hole. The bunker styling, rugged edges, they've got zoysia on the face, so that's going to be let grow, never be maintained, really long and wispy.
David uses Rainbird to manage their back-to-back irrigation system on the greens and surrounds. This gives him great control from his phone. At this stage, he believes it will only be used to wash in fertilisers and pest control.
All the main line was installed by Green Options. Pat Hayden did a wonderful job there, and then outside of that I did all the tees, green surrounds and greens with the assistance of Steve.
Obviously there was a few barriers to entry in terms of putting a full golf course or golf holes in like we've done, but And Dave Warwick's been key to that. He's the missing piece of the equation in terms of grass and maintenance of the golf course. But once we got him inspired and involved, then the plan and the vision took place.